You're listening to Word Jazz
How's it going, everybody?
with Taylor and Sam. I'm Taylor.
I'm Sam.
Today, all about cats. So if you're a cat person, this one's for you.
Yeah, and the next one, because we're doing this two-parter.
Two-parter. There's so many cat expressions.
There's a lot. For example, cat got your tongue, a pretty common one. It has a very brutal history, but we're going to get into that.
Roll the thing.
Listening to Word Jazz, a short-form podcast about the etymology of words, slang, and expressions.
Taylor, how are you doing this afternoon?
Is
it afternoon?
Good. It is. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4
3 o'clock? Nice.
A rock.
We're doing a two-parter starting today. I think we're going to release these both at the same time, just so, you know,
you can binge it.
You can get your cat fix in.
Who needs Netflix when you can just binge podcasts?
Yeah, exactly. It's way better.
Yeah. So first up, cat call. Sam, what's cat call? Give us the rundown.
This is your word.
I know, but like you're gonna define it for me.
Isn't that when like a nice lady walks by? Do women give cat calls to men ever?
I don't think that's really a thing.
Would that be different, like name? Would it be?
I'd feel like I've never like seen that happen, to be honest. But maybe that's a thing. Anyways, yeah, as Sam is kind of implying, it's like a nice lady walks by, a dude's like, "Hey, you're a nice lady," and then she usually gets kind of uncomfortable and walks off and tries not to acknowledge them.
Yeah, so it's like usually whistling.
Yeah,
like,
or some vulgar terms.
I can't whistle. I'm jealous of those people that can stick their fingers in their like under their tongue or something and actually produce a sound somehow. I can't do it. Can you do that? Try it.
No.
Here, I'll try.
That was me. Choking yourself?
Ew.
Yeah, I guess your catcalling career is off to a bad start, which is a good thing.
It's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, you're okay. So actually, one website, I think this is innovateus.net, but they...
What is it? What is the website?
Innovateus.net.
Oh.
But they said a guy, this is a direct quote, "A guy would generally make a cat call or whistle at an attractive girl to gain her attention and hoping for a possible hookup." This is the best sentence. "In most cases, it is the sheer thrill of sounding a cat call that keeps these guys going."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's good. So the online etymology dictionary says it's actually a noun and a verb. It's a type of noisemaker is how it started out. It was a squeaking instrument used to express dissatisfaction in theaters because it sounded kind of like an angry cat. But they didn't seem to really have a good source on this one, so I don't know how honest that is. But we definitely know it did originate in theaters. The first known use was actually in a theater in 1693, and the audiences would, boo, ah,
So
ah.
Would they actually have these like little instrument things?
That's what one dictionary said, but I couldn't find any other references to that, so I don't know how true that is.
So are they saying that these people would bring in an actual like noise maker?
Yeah, that's what one source said, but other sources were just saying they were just yelling.
They're just ready to bash on this.
Yeah, they're like, I know this is going to be bad. Let's bring our little cat call. But yeah, they would just get mad.
Okay.
Disturb the performance. So actually the whistling you were attempting earlier is called a wolf whistle, not necessarily a cat call, and that's different. The line is pretty blurred with cat calls now, but at least in the past it was kind of different because a wolf whistle is when you're showing approval of someone or something.
Okay.
You're like, "Hey, what a good looking gal, wolf whistle," Hey,
that was good. That was a good one.
Thank you. That wasn't with my fingers. That was just
You could say it was with your fingers.
Yeah,
and just lie.
We can do that. And then cat call is like, "Oh, that thing is terrible." But now those two things kind of mean the same thing. But wolf whistling actually goes as far back as 200 BC.
Wow,
when it was
old.
known as the wolf whistle. So basically, it was kind of played on the symbol of wolves as like predators as an example of male lust. And so it's been around since then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Predator.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go out there. It's actually illegal in a bunch of countries. Did you know that?
Catcalling is?
Yeah, it is.
That's That's cool. Like what countries?
A bunch. In actually a British county, Nottinghamshire, it's a hate crime.
Wow.
I know,
cool.
that's like kind of extreme.
I mean, it's kind of a good idea.
Yeah, it's not necessarily bad. So this is coming from an article by Elizabeth King, but it's also illegal in Belgium since 2014, and Portugal and Argentina. I guess Argentina, they had a ton of like problems with people killing women, which is called femicide. And so they were making a bunch of severe punishments for it. New Zealand, US, it depends on the state, but for most of these places, you get like a fine or a year in prison.
Dang.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of weird if you're a cop in one of those places and you have to watch out for catcallers because
yeah,
if you're a sexy cop, you know, it's like a backhanded compliment, but you kind of have to arrest that person. So I don't know. It's a power struggle.
There's so many things to deconstruct about what you just said. It's great.
We'll probably edit that out.
I don't know. I kind of liked it. Yeah, if you're a sexy cop, you're just arresting people all the time. But yeah, no.
That could be like the one. They hire that one specific cop to walk around
and catch predators.
Because they just are too hot.
Yeah. So if you're in Belgium or Portugal or the British county of Nottinghamshire, no catcalling for you.
That was the only real places that you kind of looked
Well,
up.
New Zealand's actually a big one too. It's kind of weird to think about this because in the US it's like not like you don't ever. There's no punishments for it really.
Yeah.
But I guess it's really cut down on it in New Zealand, at least. I was reading a good study that said it went way down.
That's good.
Yeah. So that is catcalling.
That's it?
Yes, sir. What have you got?
The next kind of cat term we got here is kitty corner.
Kitty corner. Like a little store?
No. What are you talking about?
Isn't that like a little tiny convenience store? You're like, oh, it's on the little kitty corner.
Well,
it's the kitty corner store.
No. Kitty corner. So that's just like a corner store, I think, is what you're trying to...
Okay, what is kitty corner?
I don't know, but so kitty corner is a directional term used by a lot of people. If there's a four-way street, you're saying something is across, like diagonally across. So if you're at...
Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. You're
You know
like,
what I mean?
oh, this is kitty cornered to the corner store. It's like diagonally across the street.
Yes,
Nice.
exactly. Good job. So the word is actually a French word. It has nothing to do with domesticated cats at all.
Like kittens?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with cats, kittens, domesticated felines, any of that.
Is it wild cats?
No, so it's derived from the word cater corner. Cater being a French word meaning to set or move diagonally. That's from the French word quarter, which means four or four-cornered. So it kind of makes sense.
I feel like you're letting me down. This episode's supposed to be about cats, and you're giving me kitty corner, and it's not even about cats.
I know. For all the cat people.
Sam, are you a cat person?
I like dogs.
Oh, okay. That was the nicest way to say no.
I don't know. Weren't you saying the other day that cats have... It's not the hair that gives you allergies, it's the actual saliva that they lick stuff?
Yeah, it's like the dead skin. Like there's like a protein in their saliva and in their dead skin. So even if you have a hairless cat, you still could be allergic to it. But different cats have different amounts of it. So who knows?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how different dogs have, depending on their hair.
Yeah.
I think
some of them are hypoallergenic.
Labradoodles have the very low allergenic.
Any poodle or poodle mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that, like, when we were walking around the other day, there was that Labradoodle, that brown Labradoodle at the show last night.
Oh, that was so cute.
That was so cute.
I wanted to just cuddle that dog for the rest of my life.
I know. I kind of want to get a Labradoodle. Going back to catter corner. Catter is a verb that was traced back to the 16th century. Okay. So the French word catter was starting to get misused around the mid-1800s and started getting derivatives from it. So people, when they said cater corner, they would eventually start saying catty corner or kitty corner because...
It sounded the same.
It just kind of sounded the same and it was more catchy.
An English thing that happened?
Yeah, so it was like...
It started with a French word and then the English or like English-speaking people are like, oh, that sounds kind of like kitty.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It was just kind of misused.
Sounds about right.
From French people.
That's fair.
So I looked at this, actually. It's pretty interesting. There's a survey on this from the this Today I Found Out article that I read all this about. Apparently, a survey said that out of 10,000 people in the U.S., nearly 50% of the respondents said that they used the word kitty corner. These people were most concentrated in the northern states. Another 30% used catty corner, with respondents concentrated in the south.
I've never heard
so
catty
there's kind
corner.
of a difference between the north, because I always thought of it as kitty corner. I've never heard anyone say catty corner.
That's probably because we live in the north.
Yeah, that's fair. And then there was a couple of people in the survey that actually still use catter corner, the original French term.
Really? Does it say where they're concentrated?
They're very spread out in the survey.
They're the really, they know how it's done.
Yeah,
they know
but
the real ways.
I thought it was interesting. It just seems like it's very spread out.
They're the
how
purists.
people use it. Yeah, exactly.
Kitty corner purists.
But that's it for kitty corner. It's kind of a directional thing. Anyway, going into cat got your tongue, the next word we're doing. It's pretty interesting, brutal history with it. Cat got your tongue means usually when a speaker has the upper hand in a conversation and the other person's kind of left speechless and kind of confused by the other person. So the earliest entry for the expression is in the Oxford English Dictionary of 1911. It's got a lot of mysterious history to it, apparently, though. A lot of it comes from what people to believe in the Middle Ages. Oh, by the way, I got this from petcentric.com.
Petcentric.
So that's a pretty liable website, right?
Liable?
It's
Reliable?
a pretty reliable website. Probably.
Hey, Sam, has cat got your tongue?
I just had to struggle with this one.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be.
Okay, so one of the origins in the Middle Ages was a myth of a witch's cats would steal a person's speech so that the sighting could not be reported to the authorities.
Ooh.
So the witch's cats would, just rip out
Were they
people,
black cats?
naysayers' tongues. Very well could be. Cool. All right. Well, the other origin, which also comes from the Middle Ages, is that people believed cats were drawn to the smell of milk on small infants and would cuddle close to the child and smother them.
Oh,
isn't that pretty brutal?
I thought that was cute at first because they were so cuddly, but then they were just like suffocate and die.
Cuddle you to death. So another weird origin was believed that ancient Egyptians silenced blasphemers by cutting out their tongues, which then became dinner for cats.
Good.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh.
Yeah. It's
What?
messed up. So that's that expression. And then since the 1911 Oxford Dictionary one, it's been popping up constantly and still used. But the origin is kind of unclear.
I just don't understand how you're still so calm after talking about Egyptians feeding people's tongues to cats.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Well, are we? I think we're done with all of our words today.
I'm still on this. Like, I wonder what they tasted like.
No. I mean, maybe if you had enough sriracha.
I think people eat cow's tongue. That's a thing. I wonder if human tongue tastes similar. I don't want to know.
Human tongue?
Actually, hey, wait for it. I taste my own tongue every day.
Okay. This was a cluster of an episode, but we're done, and we're going to continue with part 2 next episode, which we're going to post the same day as we post this. So
oh yeah,
you can binge that, you cat people.
And dog people, because that one, spoiler,
no,
it contains a single dog.
Cool. All right, well, we'll see you next
out.
time. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Sam from Word Jazz. I just wanted to remind you that our website is up. You can go there at wordjazzpodcast.com. And we also have a Patreon. Patreon is a monthly subscription service that helps our podcast grow. With Patreon, you can unlock different types of rewards with different types of memberships. We have a $1, $3, and $5 membership option. Some of my favorite rewards include uncut episodes, lottery access to free merch items, and also having your own voice say the intro. You can go check those out at patreon.com/wordjazz. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes. Thanks for listening.